South Carolina is a state of contrasts. It is where the coastal plains meet the Blue Ridge Mountains. Rivers snake through its landscape, carving their way to the Atlantic Ocean. The state is home to bustling cities and quiet towns. South Carolina is a place where history whispers in the wind. The Palmetto State is the nickname of South Carolina. This emblem of strength comes from a small palm tree that grows along the coast. The palmetto tree is known for its resilience. It bends in the wind but does not break. This spirit is reflective of the people of South Carolina. South Carolina is a state with deep southern roots. Its history is intertwined with the story of America. From its early days as an English colony, South Carolina played a pivotal role in the shaping of a nation. European explorers first arrived on the shores of South Carolina in the 16th century. Spanish explorers came in search of gold and glory. They were followed by the French, who sought to establish trading posts. But it was the English who would ultimately lay claim to this land. In 1663, King Charles II of England granted the Carolina Territory to 8 Lords Proprietors. These men were given vast powers to govern the new colony. They envisioned a feudal society, with themselves as the ruling elite. The first permanent English settlement in South Carolina was Charlestown, founded in 1670. Located on a peninsula between 2 rivers, Charlestown quickly became a major port city. It was a hub of trade and commerce, connecting the colony to the wider Atlantic world. The American Revolution was a time of great upheaval in South Carolina. The colony was deeply divided. Many colonists remained loyal to the British Crown. They feared the uncertainty of independence. Others, however, embraced the cause of liberty. South Carolina saw some of the fiercest fighting of the Revolutionary War. The Battle of Camden, fought in 1780, was a crushing defeat for the American forces. But the Patriots rallied, and a series of victories followed. The Battle of Cowpens, fought in 1781, was a turning point in the war. The American victory at Cowpens forced the British to retreat from the Carolinas. It paved the way for the eventual American victory at Yorktown. Section 4. The Fires of Civil War. The issue of slavery deeply divided the nation. South Carolina, with its dependence on slave labor, became a hotbed of secessionist sentiment. In 1860, following the election of Abraham Lincoln, South Carolina became the first state to secede from the Union. The Civil War began in South Carolina with the Confederate attack on Fort Sumter in Charleston Harbor. The war raged for 4 long years, leaving a path of destruction in its wake. South Carolina, at the heart of the Confederacy, bore the brunt of the fighting. The Civil War brought an end to slavery, but left behind a legacy of racial injustice. The period of Reconstruction that followed was a time of both hope and hardship. African Americans in South Carolina fought for their civil rights, seeking to claim their rightful place in society. Section 5. Progress and its price. The 20th century was a time of significant change for South Carolina. The state's economy, once heavily reliant on agriculture, began to diversify. New industries emerged, bringing with them jobs and opportunities. The civil rights movement gained momentum in South Carolina as it did across the South. African Americans challenged segregation and discrimination in all aspects of life. Their struggle for equality was met with resistance, but they persevered, achieving hard-won victories. The textile industry played a major role in South Carolina's economic growth in the 20th century. Mills sprang up across the state, providing employment for thousands of workers. However, the decline of the textile industry in the latter part of the century posed new challenges for the state. Section 6. Land of sandhills and seashores. South Carolina is a state of remarkable geographic diversity. From the sandy beaches of the Atlantic coast to the rolling hills of the Piedmont, the state offers a wide range of landscapes. Each region has its unique character and charm. The coastal plain of South Carolina is a land of marshes, barrier islands and sandy beaches. It is a popular destination for tourists, drawn to its warm climate and scenic beauty. The coastal plain is also home to important historical sites, such as Charleston and Beaufort. The Piedmont is a region of rolling hills and fertile farmland. It is home to many of South Carolina's largest cities, including Greenville, Columbia, and Spartanburg. The Piedmont is a center of industry and commerce, but it also retains its southern charm.